When traveling overseas to new places, I always bring my camera along, but there's always a lingering thought if I should bring a tripod along too. Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. In this video, I wanted to present to you a solution to you who are frequent travelers and whether or not you should invest in an expensive quick design tripod. Before we start, I'm trying to conduct an experiment here on growing my channel right from scratch. It would really help me if you can hit the subscribe button. I'll be sure to produce even more of this kind of videos in the future. Out of all my travel, 40% of the time, I would bring along a tripod. But out of the days during my travel, perhaps I'm only using it a couple of times. So the whole point of traveling overseas is to bring gears that is more compact and is lightweight to bring around. And not only does the tripod take up a lot of my luggage space, it's heavy to port around as well. For reference, the Peak Design carbon fiber tripod is about 1.27 kg. On the other hand, the Ulanzi's 0Y is about 1.1 kg. Which means you are actually carrying 2 bottles of 500 ml drinks with you constantly. On top of that, it is less of an economical standpoint to be spending of upwards of $300 to even $600 just on a tripod, when you can actually buy additional third-party lenses for the same cost. It is not to say that Peak Design or Ulanzi tripods are bad. They are exceptional tripods, to be honest. However, you might be overspending a little on there. And here's the catch. They are great travel tripods, but being used locally only. Overseas, that's another matter altogether. I don't know about you, but when I travel, I always bring along a small sling bag beside my main luggage. The sling bag has to be as inconspicuous as possible. And so, these two overly popular tripods won't be able to fit in the small sling bags. You will end up with a bigger backpack that you carry around. When collapsed, the Peak Design travel tripod is about 39.4 cm. And the Ulanzi 0Y is about 42.3 cm. This is what I meant by they are good tripods but being used locally or in-country. If you're traveling by land or by car, these two tripods can offer the maximum benefits without having any downsides. But in foreign land where your main luggage is constantly checked in the hotel, I wouldn't bring unnecessary weight with me all the time. And at the end of the day, that $600 might not be well spent. So what's the alternative? I mean, there are too many other videos out there that talks about alternative to Peak Designs, but I have 3 solutions for you. Solution 1. Clamps. These clamps are dirt cheap and they have good payload, extremely pocketable, and it doesn't take up too much space. And it fits in all kinds of cameras as well as accessories. You can fit microphones, lights, flashes or what to be mounted here. The downside is not everywhere have places for you to clamp on. So places like desert, barren land, these clamps are useless. But well, it still doesn't take up too much space, so it's fine, I can easily pocket it. Weighing as less as 200 grams, a lot of my travel I brought this clamp along, and it served me pretty well in a lot of situations. Okay, so what if in a scenario where you really need a tripod, clamps are no use? Solution 2. Smaller and more cost-effective alternatives. I've put together 5 alternatives options of travel tripod that is way underrated and you may have never heard of them before. At the same time, all of them cost less than $200. And my best recommendation is, this is a Frankenstein of the Obo 255C2 carbon fiber tripod, alongside with a third-party Leofoto MBC20. The combinations as such proves to be the lightest and the most portable option. Weighing only at 625 grams, it is hardly heavier than a can of 500 ml beer. But you might say their maximum height is too short. But honestly, do you really need eye-level tripods all the time when you're traveling overseas? Out of my 10 years of usage, I've only used tripods above eye levels in overseas less than 5 times. So not only this thing is super compact, lightweight, at the same time it offers the capability of a full-size tripod. Well, it costs about $175. I can easily throw this in any kind of smaller sling bags. Heck, even some of my pants pockets too. Well, the downside is, this tripod isn't easily available globally. Fortunately for me, I managed to get this on Taobao for the said price. I believe the Peak Design 6-liter bag is a cult favorite, and there's a lot of people who already own the bag. So this being a 6-liter bag, there's not a lot of tripods that can fit into this bag. A lot of time you will have to hang the tripods outside, which defeats the point of being inconspicuous when it comes to overseas travel. But the question is whether or not can you fit this thing in. As you can see, the Obo tripod kind of fits in very nicely in the rear, but well, you kind of need to take out the header. And you can kind of zip up the bag without any issue at all, perfectly in there. Because the tripod is lying on above here, so the camera, everything can fit in bottom nicely, and you still have spaces for a few more lenses and accessories. Last but not least, solution 3. This might sound like I'm trolling, but I swear it's not. My personal best solution is to just shoot as it is. There's a saying among photographers and videographers that using prime lenses forces you to be more aware and be more advanced in terms of composition, rather than relying on zooms for more convenience. Same logic applies to the tripod as well. Sure, there are scenarios where it's utterly necessary for you to use tripods, such as astrophotography, long exposure shots in the forest, or shooting above water level. But in those kind of situations, it forces you to kind of utilize the things around you, the natural stuff, the stone, the leaf, the trees, even higher platform, or even your bags that you brought along. Or perhaps think, can I crop the photos after I shoot? Or perhaps let's get the shot first and we rotate it in post later. Can I shoot in lower angle or higher angle? Or in video cases, perhaps I can do stabilization in post. One thing I learned during all my years in traveling is this: get the shot first before you miss the moment. Time waits for no one. That split second may deter an ideal natural composition and a scene that might get screwed up because of moving clouds. So even if you have tripods and what, it takes time for you to set up. Don't waste time, shoot first. That wraps up my take on this topic. I hope my 2 cents can help you save $100, $300 or even $600 of your gear. This video is not sponsored by any of the mentioned products and is strictly subjected to my own opinion and my experiences. With that said, thanks for watching and please do me a favor by subscribing. I'll catch you guys again in the next video. Cheers.